What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another episode of Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, hey, what's up? How are you doing? My name is Jillian, and Heffas, we're getting ready to run our very first Disneyland Halloween 10K. But before we actually start the race, we actually have to go pick up our bib and potentially merchandise or any other things that we need for the race tomorrow. So let's go ahead. We are going to the Disneyland Hotel to get our items. Let's go ahead and get on that together and then keep on watching for part 2 of the actual race itself. So showing you all a little bit of what this looks like now. This is very different, y'all, from when we were doing the wine and dine run. So if you happen to miss that video, check it out, where y'all, Disney World has a whole process, a whole setup, and it is quite a lengthy one. Whereas this is a multi-day process where, depending on when you're running your race, you can come by, pick up your bib. It's not just like a single day only where you have to pick up everything. And something to note is you, to get your bib and everything, will likely park at the Disneyland Hotel area for pickup. So not the parking garage where you are going to the theme park. So here's the thing. You can absolutely park at the Pixar garage, Mickey and Friends garage over to the theme park. However, what will happen is if you park there and you are basically showing that you're parking to pick up your race materials, they'll give you $10 off, because guess what, Heffas? You still have to pay also for parking the day of the race. So you get a slight discount. But for us, we decided to do the parking at the Disneyland Hotel hack, because if you park here and you are going to either retail or to get something to eat, retail, you can get your parking validated for up to 5 hours. If you're going to one of the sit-down restaurants, you can get your parking validated up to 6 hours. So what we're gonna do is also grab some dinners, Heffas. So keep on tuning in, because we're gonna have dinner at Din Tai Fung, which some of you all who've been watching me have heard me talk about how much I love the Taiwanese dumplings at DTF, and I've never taken you all with me there. So Heffas, we're having a lot of firsts here. First time running a Disneyland marathon Halloween race. First time taking you all with me to the DTF here at Disney Springs, which I've been to DTF, but never the Disney Springs location, which is fairly new when you think about all the other restaurants that are currently located at Disney Springs. So that's just something to think about. So figure out, like, what are you trying to achieve? I'm trying to achieve, my goal is to pay for as like minimal tour parking as possible. So in theory, me parking at the Disneyland Hotel, sitting down at a table service restaurant is netting me free parking, as opposed to having to pay for parking twice, because Heffas, once again, you're going to have to pay for parking the day of the race. The parking is not comped, it is not free. And do I like that? Absolutely not. I don't like that, because these races, especially for those of you all who have ran them, start super early before the park even opens. So to me, I don't think you should have to pay for any parking unless you're going to stay and add on a full day or some hours at the park subsequent after the race. Okay, fine, I get that. But if you're just purely strictly here for the race, you should not have to pay for that. So Disney, what's up, girl? Do you not have enough of my coin? So that's just something to think about. If you're someone where you're like, listen, the money in my bank account is very green, I don't care about paying for parking twice. Girl, you do you. I do not want to have to pay for parking twice. And y'all, we are rolling up to downtown Disney. I've actually never gone to the Disneyland Hotel or downtown Disney from this direction. So take a look. We're going to go ahead and get through security. Now, speaking of DTF, Heffas, here is right adjacent, so basically next to the security check into downtown Disney. Y'all, this is so strange for me. I've never even been to this side of downtown Disney, so it's odd. I'm kind of like, where is she? What is this, girl? I'm always used to coming in from like Mickey and Friends or Pixar parking garage. So DTF looks like this, y'all. Very beautiful from the outside. And my co-producer is currently waiting in line to check us in. Let's go have a look around the front. Now, also note with Din Tai Fung here, and this is something my co-producer told me, and this is the same actually, let me stop capping, not exactly the same, but it can be very similar. When you go to Din Tai Fung in other locations like Seattle, which is where DTF was introduced to me, the wait times can be crazy. That's how popular it is. Y'all, here's the front of this location. Absolutely gorgeous, girl. I cannot wait to have some DTF for dinner this evening. But for this particular location, you could be waiting, girly, for upwards of 2 hours, which is why what we're going to do is just go ahead before we go get our race items, get on the wait list so that way we can get our race items, do a little bit of shopping if we want, and then hopefully by the time we're done with all that, we'll come back for dinner. Now, if this was at Disney World, I would tell you, do not, like, it is a line, it is a process, but stay in that line and go through it. Maybe in terms of timing, you can come a little bit later, like toward the end of checking out, because I think at that point you would have gotten through most of the crowds. But it's a little bit harder to be like, I'm gonna go eat and then shop and then come back over. It's like, no. When you're at the like ESPN World of Sports, which is where they did the check-in for the wine and dine last year, it was a whole thing, y'all. So check out that video. This process is not going to be as intensive as that. At least I'm hoping. This is what I've heard. But I have actually not seen any videos of someone filming what the experience is like to have the pickup. But you know, your girl got you. You know, I got my Heffas in tow. So I am going to take you on this experience. And then we're going to get ourselves a little nosh from DTF. Now onwards, we are on the walk-up list. Y'all, the hostess said it could be anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. The devil is a liar. I rebuke you. I don't think it's gonna take that long. Y'all, what am I talking about? I don't know. I have not been to this DTF location. But what I do know is I need to go ahead and pick up my racing items. So we're gonna just focus on that. And we were planning on being here for, you know, a few hours anyway. So it's all good in the hood. Thank you. And y'all, ain't that about to be? We're gonna have to go back through security again. But again, it's all good in the hood. So here is the Disneyland Hotel, which I have never been in. So this is gonna be fun to get footage of what this looks like on the inside. And though my little bougie spirit is very particular about hotels, if the Disneyland Hotel is giving, I would love to one day, y'all, like on a next visit, stay over, take advantage of some of those like perks that happens when you're staying on Disney property. So I don't know, y'all. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know. For those of you all who maybe have stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, or if you know someone who has stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, is it nice? Is it everything and then some? Is it all that in the bag of chips? Without security. And don't forget, like this video, y'all. Hit that bell button to subscribe, so that way you're notified of all my videos and you're supporting your girl, so that way she can hopefully get closer to getting monetized. And she can, you know, take you on all the trips and things, and we can stay at a suite at the Disneyland Hotel. You all can make that possible for me. And if you do, you know I'm gonna always, I got you. I'm gonna be taking you with me along the ride, or the stay, more appropriately, for the Disneyland Hotel. All right, y'all, check this out. We have over across the way a little sign for where to go to and all the property things. We see folks over enjoying their vacations, enjoying the pool. Y'all, it's warm enough. I will certainly take a nice little dip in the pool. But let's keep going. And we see here Disneyland Halloween half marathon weekend. Y'all, I am so excited. And has your girl trained? Hell no. Hell no. I have done nothing, y'all. Do not do as I say. Do not do as I do as I say, more appropriately. I've talked about this in my last video about like, oh, it's important to get ready. Y'all, this is real life. Real life is that I've had a lot of life happenings happen, and I just have not prioritized the fitness. I'm just gonna keep it 100. So we're gonna pray that your girl is not gonna be, she may be falling out on the floor, okay? Passed out. Our friends, we have our email pulled up with our confirmation information. Let's go ahead and head over to the Race Bib Pickup and check out Goofy's Kitchen. Y'all, we're gonna try not to get too distracted, okay? We're gonna try to stay focused. Let's head on up these stairs and enjoy the view, everyone. Y'all, here's some of the merch. Ooh, I like the ears. Y'all, I may have to, I wasn't planning on getting any merch, y'all, but I don't know. See, this is how they get you, y'all. This is how they get you. I love the shirt. Listen, my sister, I asked her, I said, you want to do this? And she's not a morning person.
Have to do this. You buy a cup for me.
I'm not, nah. See, you can't. You got to earn it.
No,
you got to earn that. She thinks that she's just going to get a cup.
I am.
Oh, okay. Y'all, do you have siblings? How do you feel about your sibling? You be real. This is a safe space. Okay, here we are at the Race Bib Pickup. And we have the marathon weekend sign here. Hi. Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Come on in, friend.
Y'all, night and day difference from the ESPN World of Sports. Look how open this is. Y'all see that we didn't have to stand in a long queue? It's just so hilarious. All right, friends, so this is how this is going to work. What would happen is based on your bib number and which race you're doing. So we have half marathon right there. We have the 10K over here. We're doing the 10K. We have kids races. So you'll see all of this lit up, and you will get a confirmation email where you'll find your bib number, and then you just pick the right section where your bib number is located for your race accordingly. So for the 10K, you'll notice that I believe these are all the red. And then the kids races is that yellow section down there. And then over to the right, the half marathon, which is the purple. Then they have a runner relations area over here. So if you have any questions, concerns, if something's incorrect, that's where you can go address those issues. And then also we have the challenge. So there is a lot of clarity in which section. So that way you don't get confused and you end up walking into the wrong line. So just make sure to have that email confirmation pulled up with your bib number, find your respective race, get in that appropriate line, pick up your bib, and now we're gonna go head over to get our shirts. Y'all, I'm so excited. If this Halloween marathon ends up being something fun, which I have a good feeling that it will be, is this something that we'll find ourselves doing every year when we can make it happen? I don't know, we'll see. And you also have to be very cognizant about booking for these races because they sell out super fast. So if there's a particular race you want, go on runDisney.com, find the date when they open up the races, the registration, mark that date on your calendar, set a reminder for yourself, and then sign up because these things sell out fast. I finished our registration months ago, y'all. Weeks, several weeks ago. So you just have to be cognizant. Now, if you come here and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have the right running shoes or something happened, my shoes got ruined in the park or whatever the case may be, again, Disney is not afraid to take your coin. So You all see there are sponsors from Brooks and all other shoe brands that are going to be here, and they're ready, willing, and able, babe, to take your coins. And y'all look at some of these that are on display that look so awesome, and all like Disney themed to our favorite characters and colors. And especially for the Halloween season, we have the Go 17 Run Disney Halloween. And we have these here. And you see the lacing, you see the Mickeys on the lace, y'all. And like, here's the thing. You technically really shouldn't buy a new pair of shoes that haven't been broken in. So while my little heart is like, I want the whole fit, I want to look good, I want to be like my sister and have that Disney drip ready to go, I also don't want my feet to be in pain. And the Asics that I had that I actually purchased for the last Disney race last year have been working really well for me. So I'm probably going to continue to use those. But drop down in the comments, especially those of you all who are runners that do these Disney marathons or other type of marathons. What's your philosophy when it comes to buying your running shoes? Do you buy your running shoes like a few days before the race? I know that that's probably something that's a no-no, but have you ever been in that situation where you had to just switch up, get a new pair of running shoes, and were your feet killing you because your shoes were so new that they hadn't been broken in? What's been your experience? Let me know. Friends, we are now heading to go get our shirt. And you will probably see they have signs everywhere. So, and especially at the Disneyland Hotel, this is a much smaller space, a space that's much easier to navigate than when you're at the Wide World of Sports trying to get everything. They have signs pointing in the right direction. Of course, they have friendly cast members and staff here to help you. So don't worry, babes, about getting lost or confused. People are here to help. And at the end of the day, good vibes only, right? We're all here to have a good time. And you see the different themes. And you probably noticed that when we're picking up our bib and you see that marked on the floor. But all the different races have different mascots, so to speak. So for the 10K, we have Cruella and 101 Dalmatians. I want to say, oh, here we go. Let's go ahead and head on in. And as the cast member was saying, you must have your bib first because your bib has your shirt size corresponding on there before you go pick up your shirt. So don't get too ambitious and get excited about the merch and come get your shirt. Oh my gosh, my sister said, ooh, merch, she's gonna be looking around at everything. All right, we're gonna go pick up our shirt, and you'll see here, everyone, see half marathon challenge. And again, your shirts are gonna be themed too. We have the 10K here, which is where we're gonna go. And let's just say if you don't like the size of your shirt, maybe you don't like the way it fits, they do have a shirt exchange, which is really awesome. In terms of the bib, because I didn't show you what the actual bib looks like, so you see your mascot in your respective race here. And then you see the top part. Do not tear that off when you get your bib, because this is what you're gonna need to use to redeem, essentially, to get your shirt. It has your size right at the top and your racing number. So just make sure to be cognizant of that. Don't rip it off. Let them rip it off for you. Okay, friends, so here is what the shirt looks like. And for me, I got a male's extra large because I like for my shirts, especially when it comes to fitness, to be a bit roomy. So this is what that looks like. And if you could show the back too, my sister's being my model for me right now. Thank you. You see all the sponsors on the back of your shirt. So I love this. I love the color. I'm excited that Cruella is our mascot. And as I was saying, as we're walking in, that all the different races have different mascots. So I want to say for the 5K, I believe it was Ursula. For the half marathon, it was another villain. So all the shirts, depending on the race, are going to look slightly different because you're going to have your respective villain or whichever the theme is for your Disney marathon represented on your shirt. All right, girl. So you got your bib. Check. You came down, you gave your bib to redeem to get your shirt. Check. So what do you do next? Well, of course, you take out your wallet and you continue to indulge in a bit of capitalism and buy more stuff. So right here, you see that basically this is almost like an expo, y'all. And they have the Brooks representatives here. They have other representatives here. So like I was saying, if you forgot your compression socks, your sports bra, whatever you need for a race, they probably have it. And so no need to sweat bullets or to worry. You could probably get that here. And I see that they have signs around for discounts. So you may be able to get some things discounted, respectively so, but I would highly, highly, highly encourage you when it comes to your running shoes, more than anything else, try to get that ahead of time so you can break them in and make sure that those running shoes are gonna work for you. And we have our Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon signage over on the main stage over here. Again, a lot of shopping in this area. And what I think is interesting, if you want to see the map of your race, they actually have that posted, which I think is pretty awesome. So if you look here, you can see where you enter. It shows you that here. And then what the route of your race is going to look like. So let me show you a great example. So for the 5K, which is Ursula themed, see here, they have the course in that thick green line marked where you start the race and then where you end up going around. Friends, here is the 10K, y'all. That looks insane. Seeing all that red, I'm getting a little flustered. She's starting to sweat a little bit. There's a little bit of moisture starting to show up on my head. And also, for those that are able to finish their race, you get a medal. And they actually have these on display, so this is kind of cool. So we get a chance to see what all the different race medals look like. One looks like that we're going to get. And then you have the 5K Ursula here, as well as the respective races, y'all. The challenge, the kids races, coast to coast race challenge, and then the half marathon, which is represented by Maleficent. Now we are going to peep out a bit more of the race merch. And as we're walking over, again, y'all, you see like the number of vendors. It's so insane. And they even have, like you see here, like people here to talk about like pain relief, how to manage any type of like physical aches and pains that come from running. So we're going to continue to move forward as we navigate this space. It's actually more busy in this area than it was to pick up our bibs and shirts. All right, y'all, I see here our favorite villains. Okay, thank you. We have our main sign. Oh, we're okay, thank you. And then let's head over. I have a feeling that the race-specific merch is hopefully going to be over this way. Whitney, you may have to have a bib. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and head on in. This is the area where you can buy the Halloween merch. Let's go check it out. So to enter in, we just follow the queue over. Y'all, I'm a little nervous. I wasn't planning on spending any extra funds, but some of the Halloween merch is cute. Hi, thank you. Thank you. Y'all see that, y'all? They gave us a bag. They're like, yeah, we already know you're gonna spend the funds. Y'all, check this out. Oh yeah, this is cute, y'all. She's cute. Yes. When you step back just a little bit, there's a shadow. And y'all, look at the bags. Now, y'all, we actually see the prices, and like the Spirit jerseys are typically gonna run you anywhere from $80 to $90. So this is $79.99. This is, of course, the back of this one, and then the front it says Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon. This is so cute, y'all. I don't know that I'm gonna get it. It's a maybe. I'm definitely gonna get the ears, y'all. I love these, and this is going to be $39.99. but it looks like, you know, the cauldron and everything with the bones. I really like that. And then of course we have our Loungefly bag here. That Loungefly is gonna run you a cool 90 US dollars, baby. Let's look at the tumblers. Y'all, these are so cute, and I love that it has like the handle and it's corkle, because I'm kind of done with Stanley, y'all. I'm just gonna be real. They leak, they are cute, but they're not very practical. But this is like, has the handle, has like the part where you can just lift this up and sit. Y'all, I really like this. And the tumbler, y'all, is gonna run you $54.99, but it's insulated. I really just love this design, y'all. This is another TBD item. And check out the jacket, y'all. This specific jacket is gonna run you about $80 at $79.99. This is the front. And then here is the back. I really like this, y'all. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, for real, taking all the coins. Y'all, here's like a short sleeve, kind of like jacket material. And this one is going to run you about 50 bucks. This is the front. And here is the back. Y'all, this jacket is a little bit heavier material. And I love the fact that it has a zipper up here for your phone or your wallet. You also have zip pockets here. And then it's a hooded jacket. Here is the back. And this one's gonna run you $99.99, so a cool 100 USD. And then here are some more standard shirts here. This shirt is very lightweight. And this one is going to be, I think I saw it for, yeah, y'all, this is $44.99, so basically 45 bucks. We have some car magnets here. Oh, and then y'all, look at the shorts. These biking shorts, because I feel like this is more like biking short cut than it is running shorts. But I love this. It has like our favorite characters down here. And these are also going to be $44.99. For our annual pass magic key holders, you have exclusive merch here as well. I really like these shirts. Again, something that is very lightweight. So you see that here. And friends, this is also going to run you $44.99. Here's some more Magic Key exclusive merch, especially the jersey shirts, which I think are really cool. And on the back, you have Magic Key Disneyland Resort in your Halloween half marathon weekend logo. So you recall that I was telling you all that the different races are represented by different mascots, right? So we have here for the half marathon Maleficent, and you have all the Maleficent merch for the half marathon here. So if you really want to be swagged out for your specific race, Disneyland is more than happy to oblige you and putting you together. Here's our merch. We have Miss Cruella herself. Of course, I did it. And y'all, I think this is hilarious. My race record is a little spotty. Run Disney. This is really cute. And this one's more of like your traditional cotton tee versus this one, which has like that lightweight material that's really great for running. And similar, y'all, you have your car magnets here and the specialty 10K pin. Y'all, there is just so much that we're gonna try to breeze right through this because we already know that most of these shirts are going to be about $44.99. And then here's the 5K with Ursula. And these are, y'all, just so much fun. And here are the pins and the car magnets. And then we also have more half marathon jackets. Y'all, there's just so much that you can choose from. I love this black on black. that says, of course, the Halloween Half Marathon Weekend on the back. And then you have like the same in the front. And then here is the general collection, all the pins featured right here. And I love the good pin, y'all. These are really nicely done. So once you are done checking out, you can do either mobile checkout, or they also have registers. And then you are going to exit out this way. Something else I want to point out too, friends, is that they have a lot of vendors here that will give you free granola bars, different foods you can try, laces, things like that. So kind of walk around, as you can see here, and you can actually walk out with additional merch, and especially foods that you can save for your race. You know, look at this. This is like such a great way to commemorate a race. And friends, they have a lime Dole Whip to commemorate the half marathon in this special lounge here. So let's go ahead and take a peek. Now, you all know how we were talking about how you sometimes can get some free items. Some things are not for free. So like, for example, the Dole Whip isn't, but that's okay. I am curious at trying out the lime Dole Whip. So you can also get a floater at the top, but we have like the bar area over there. And then one where people can just, you know, pass through. And there's also like a photo booth over here. Now what is for free are the Hulu Disney laces. Right outside the lounge are a lot of photo op areas here. This looks like a lot of fun. There's also another photo op area right over here, which also looks really cool. All right, y'all, the next thing we're gonna do is check out those Brooks themed Disney shoes, just to take a gander, because I believe that that's around $160 while my co-producer is waiting in line for the Dole Whip. We're gonna exit out through here. Oh, y'all, yes, let's go ahead and pick up a sample.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my room.
The Baducho. And I'm just gonna show you all other merch that I'm seeing that is really interesting and captivating to me. So we have bbbrooke with these beautiful scrunchies, y'all, right in time for the spooky season and even non-spooky season alike. But I'm like, these are so adorable. And these scrunchies are $17. We also have some headbands over here. All right, here is our lime
They had a
Dole Whip right here. My co-producer is going to take a bite. I'm going to go ahead and check out, and then I will try this for myself and let y'all know what I think. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and try this out. Friends, I've already started tearing into some of this. This is absolutely delicious. Check out that delightfully frightening green color. This actually just tastes just like lime sherbet, y'all. So if you're a fan of lime sherbet, you will absolutely love this. It's not overly sweet. Disney, y'all just need to bring this into the parks, because this would definitely be a treat that I would gladly consume, especially on a hot day. And they give you a lot. How much was this, Judy?
about $10.
Yeah, this was about $10, and you get this little cup, and it has like the half marathon logo and everything written on it. So y'all, I'm going to continue to enjoy this and enjoy also the merch as well. Over Megan Thee Stallion moment. I love it. That was actually really good. And also, I want to show you all the hair tie that I ended up going for. I ended up getting this hair tie with the like Mickey candy corns, but these are so delightful. And the woman checked me out. She was so awesome. And she was like, girl, this is going to be perfect for your hair. She was like, I love this for my thick hair because she also has thick curly hair. And so, y'all, I feel like our outfit is slowly but surely coming together. And I'll let you know what I think. But yeah, if you ever find this band, bbbrooke, check them out. They have a lot of great items that will just be the great accessory to your Disney half marathon weekend attire. Now y'all, the last piece of merchandise we are going to check out are those brooks, because I'm really intrigued and Whitney, I just want to see what's up. And so actually to get those shoes, we had to come out of the Expo area, and we're just heading along this path here, wrapping around the building to go check out the brooks. Thank you. All right, friends, we are heading into the Brooks Footwear Village. This is going to be interesting to check all this out. Thank you. Y'all, look at all this. This is insane. I know that's right, Brooks. Brooks is like, we are here to fulfill all your running needs. Give us your coin, please. Thank you. This is so hilarious. All right, friends, so they basically have two separate areas. This area that you all see is where you would actually try on the shoes before you buy. And then once you have the shoes that you want, you actually circle that on the shoe order, and then you go to the checkout, which is in this tent that's right next door. So this is the whole process and a whole setup. For a closer look, y'all, as someone whose job full-time is in operations, I love how they have all of this set up to keep things as efficient and organized as possible. So y'all, we're gonna try on the Ghost 17. They're completely out of the purple ones, so we're gonna try on the black ones just to see what that looks like, what that feels like. Again, I don't know that I'm actually gonna buy any Brooks shoes right now because I have my Asics that I like pretty well. But we'll see how they feel when we put them on. Who knows, maybe a bit of Disney magic will do something to our brains and convince us that these are the shoes that we have to have, though we already have a pair of running shoes because, you know, capitalism. Ding. Now, friends, these are not the exact design, but this gives you an idea of the style of the shoe and how it moves. I want to show you all for all my, and again, not expert, right, y'all? This is me doing my cute little Disney marathons, SeaWorld marathons, but what you want to find is something that's going to give you a lot of support. These actually feel really nice, and my feet feel very supported, girl. And it's because I've had my Asics for a while and I've broken them in. There's nothing like a fresh pair of tennis shoes, you know, that give you that support, and I'm walking back and forth to just continue to see how these feel. Y'all, these, my feet feel very supported in these. All right, friends, and I want to show you the area where you check out with your Brooks. So you see they have this whole like queue right here. You can even get in line for returns or exchanges. My sister's gonna go ahead and purchase a pair of the blacks. Y'all, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna do it because we're going to follow the rule of thumb, which is not buy and wear a new pair of racing shoes before we have actually broken them in. And my Asics work really well. There's just something about putting on a new pair of running shoes. My feet felt so supported. But yeah, we're just gonna hold off. And I think that that's something, especially like getting the kind of colors that I want, because I really like the purple, but they're completely out of those. The black ones were nice. But I'm like, you know what? I tend to like the neon colors, bright colors for running or doing any type of fitness. So we're gonna mind the rule of thumb. And also, if you are going to buy a pair of running shoes for your marathon races, try to get a half size to a size bigger than what you have. And thank you. The reason for this is that your feet are going to swell when you're doing walking vigorously, running, and you want to give your feet room. You don't want your toe to be like right at the edge, because that's when you start having injury, especially to your toenails. You don't want to be bleeding, girl. You don't want to bruise your feet, injure yourself. So always make sure to size up just slightly. Like I said, try on the half size, preferably to a full size bigger, just to make sure that you're giving your feet room to breathe when you are running or doing any type of vigorous exercise, especially outdoors. Well, friends, this concludes our experience in picking up our bib and picking up our shirt, checking out the merch for the half marathon weekend. Keep on watching. Next step is we're gonna grab some dinner, and then y'all, I gotta go to bed because we have to get back here in Anaheim for the race before like 4 a.m. preferably. So we have a very early start ahead. So keep watching if you want to see how that 10K goes, if your girl's going to be successful or if she's going to be laid out on the floor rolling around in tears because she waited to the last minute and didn't do any type of prep. But you know what is my prep? God is my prep. The Lord got me. Yeah, God was like, listen, how did I get into this? I have more important things to worry about, Heffa, than trying to get you through the race. But no, y'all, really and truly, after going through my 5K, this is my humble opinion. The Disney races are just a lot of fun. It's not that serious. You can make it serious if you want. It's what you want it to be. They have character meet and greets. There will be opportunities for you to stop if you need to catch a breather. So it's not something that you should feel like you have to sweat a lot of bullets, although I'm just sweating a full bullets because I'm like, oh. But I was gonna say that really the amount of time I spend in the parks, and especially this week, I have done 2 or 3 10Ks at this point because of just all the walking around. So I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. If anything, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be such an early start. But y'all, we got this. So keep watching to see how our marathon race goes. We're gonna cut back through security to get ready for dinner. And Heffa's, with that being said, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Sharing is caring. And subscribe, you know, is absolutely free and a way to support your girl as we are en route to 15,000 subscribers before we get into 2026. Thank you, Heffa Nation. I'll catch you all at the 10K first thing in the morning. See ya. Bye.